Harry, golden cap, golden boots, and two golden goals that look like they meant as much as any.
Yeah, for sure. It was a big night for me, and obviously really proud to reach the 100 caps. And there was obviously a lot of talk about it. So you know what I'm like. I want to score goals. I want to help the team. So it's great to be able to do that today.
Where do you place tonight in your career? That 100th cap, you've been under scrutiny. Has that scrutiny sharpened the edge a bit?
I think so. I think, whenever you're, doubted throughout your career, it makes you more hungry and determined to prove people wrong and prove to yourself that, you can still play at a high level. And, I always back myself to score goals, especially in a team like this, taking the chances we do. So, I'm excited for the future.
Trent played the pass. He played the pass as well, involved in the second goal. Is that as well as you've seen him play for England?
Yeah, great performance. I mean, he backed up another top performance that he played against Ireland as well. So we know what Trent can do when he gets into those pockets and looks forward and has runners in behind. And you saw that today. Throughout the whole game, even though it was 0-0 for a while, we were still threatening and we looked like the team who was going to break the deadlock.
Is there a frustration there weren't more goals?
I think so. I mean, 2-0, really good performance. We're not going to complain. But, yeah, we spoke about being ruthless. I think in the first half we had opportunities to go ahead. But, in these games you have to just keep knocking on the door, keep doing what we're doing, and you'll get your rewards, and that's what happened tonight. 2
games, 2 wins for Lee Carsley. What has he shown you about his setup and his ability to do the job longer, full-time?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, he's come with a great energy. He talks a lot about freedom and going out there and, playing with your best attributes and going and attacking and hurting the team, and then without the ball just suffocating teams. So we've done that well in the 2 games. Of course, room for improvement, but I think it's been a great start for him, and it's been great to work with him.
Well done tonight.
Thank you. Cheers.
So much as we talk about Harry Kane and the way he took his goals, as Gabriel said to the England captain there, Trent Alexander-Arnold as well played a huge role this evening. How impressed were you with him?
Easy night for him, and when you give top players time and space on the ball, and obviously their decision making, his pace of pass, the type of pass he was making, giving his teammates a lovely pace of the pass, and this obviously Finland were tired and we could see that, but this pass here, not many players can play that, nice and forward. And when he gets in this position, and it's just the power in the shot that beats the goalkeeper. Again, Finland, their shape's all wrong, really. They got too many players ahead of the ball, lacking concentration. But the pass from Trent, absolutely brilliant, effective, and it's Kane's couple of touches there. But again, I've spoken to people who work with Harry Kane, and they reckon people don't realise how hard he kicks the ball compared to even other professional players. So it's the power in the shot, and a great night for Harry Kane.
It's hard to tell from a television, isn't it? But I was really struck when we were on the pitch before the Community Shield. You, Roy, turned around to me and went, they hit the ball so hard, and I'm like, you're the one who played, Roy. You know what I mean? But even you were...
I wouldn't be kicking it that hard. No. But even Harry Kane apparently is... Yeah. We're talking about most players, but apparently Harry Kane's even... Like, his power's way ahead of, like, the average player. And we don't realise, again, when you're watching the screen, but it was just the power of that shot there that beat the goalkeeper.
It's been a very satisfying couple of games. I'm sure tonight for Kane in particular, given its 100th cap as well.
Yeah, because I think in the Republic of Ireland game and early on in this game, he missed a couple of chances that were very surprised, and you're thinking, is he anxious? Because it's a very, very big night for him, a magnificent night for him and his family. But then I think what he showed in the second half, once he calmed down and, how good he is, the great striker that he is.
It's amazing. You talk about tactics and systems. It's about having a top world-class striker, goal scorer, and that's what he is. Listen, he's up there with the top strikers in the world.
Lee, England managers for a long time have been grateful to Harry Kane's golden goals. Having seen him tonight at Wembley, your first game, witnessed it as a manager this week, what do you make of it?
I thought he took his 2 goals really well. I think sometimes, it was a big occasion for him as well. The 100 caps. Your kids being here and the wife. An emotional bit. I would imagine so. But no, really happy for Harry. The way he's conducted himself this week, and I would imagine every time he's been with England, fully deserves all the plaudits he's going to get.
He's just talked about responding to some scrutiny that's been on him, not for the first time. Do you see a player able to go lead England now, not just in the short term but the longer term, to keep scoring, to keep playing?
Well, I think what I've noticed with him this week, and it's only been 8 days, that he's very highly motivated to play for England and to score goals, and that's to have a centre forward like that scored as many as he has. Hopefully that continues.
Managers in the past have looked to get the best. Gareth tried to get the best out of Trent Alexander-Arnold tonight. What did we see? What did you like? Because is that as effective as he's been in an England shirt?
Well, we played Trent a little bit in a different position tonight, along with Rico, who also was excellent. I think you've seen from Trent an array of passing, the ability to control the game from a deeper area, and get into the forward areas as well. So, but it's not a surprise. I've seen Trent do that for Liverpool this season and throughout his career.
2 games, 2 wins for you. How do you feel about the role? More comfortable having done it these last 4 or 5 days? Do you feel it's a role you want?
Definitely don't feel comfortable now. It's it's definitely, I've definitely been out of my comfort zone this international window. It's been enjoyable, but I've had to make sure that every single day that I've producing really high standards, as of the rest of the staff, and everyone seems to have responded to. And like I say, we try and do a good a job as we can. We've been fortunate to get 2 good results, and it's about building on that now.
That's very honest of him, isn't it? Nothing wrong with being out of your comfort zone from time to time in life.
Yeah, he's very honest. Yeah, he's very honest. That's what you like to see, and he's not trying to be somebody he's not. So good on him.
Yeah. It's good to hear him, because obviously he's had 2 games and the game's been relatively easy. But what he said there is that he's not in his comfort zone, but he's not bigging it up like, yes, it's brilliant, and this is the job of my life. And we know that's obviously what he'll probably want, but he's taking it game by game, and this is why I said at the start, they should make sure that they chaperone him properly so as he could get on with it.
But he looked more comfortable tonight than he did the weekend.
Looked
He's
more
obviously
relaxed.
getting used to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But also, when you're the manager of England, it's not just about the 90 minutes. It's as he found out at the weekend, it's everything that goes along with it as well, and you're scrutinised for every decision you make, so that all goes along with it. Who else would you like to pick out from the first couple of games?
Angel Gomez. I think, obviously, Jack and Trent have been spoken about and what they've done. I thought Jack done well in the first game, adding goals to it. Trent, we know what he's capable of doing, and we saw him do it again today. But I thought seeing Angel Gomez in that midfield, constantly on the move, whether he's high up mid or at the back for us in the 6, he was doing progressive things. He's touching the ball. Everything what he's doing was very progressive.
You said before the game, right? He's busy.
Yeah.
It's hit the nail on the head. And I'm not sure. Did he make a mistake tonight in the game? I'm not sure he made a mistake.
No.
So.
It's another option, isn't it?
Wanted the ball all the time, constantly available in any area, wanted the ball.
I mean, you think about who's not here, obviously Foden, Bellingham, Palmer. You think about what Angel Gomez has done. Obviously, Kobbie Mainoo's only just come on the scene. Gibbs White's got his first cap. Madueke's got his first cap. As there should be, really, there's a proper depth, isn't there?
Yeah, of course. Great options. And obviously that where the challenge will come for Lee over the next few games when these players come into the squad. The tactics, the system, and who's going to play. That'll probably be a bit of a headache for him. But high-class problems.
What about Rico Lewis as well?
Yeah. Excellent. Again, took it all in his stride and just got on with it. That's the sign of a good player. Very efficient. And again, I've said when I've seen him for City, he certainly doesn't weaken that team and will be the same for England.
Yeah. I mean, watching Trent Alexander-Arnold's passing is a pleasure. You just said it off air. I mean, it's against, with respect, Finland, Spain and Portugal and Germany or France. That's where the challenge will be, won't he, to see whether defensively those questions can be answered.
That's where the challenge, because obviously the players are a lot better, but what you want to do with Trent is put him in the position where he can do it against those players, and that is by making sure you've got the players around him that will make the movements for him to find them with the passes, because he can do that.
Yeah, and the toughest game of this group is the one coming up, obviously Greece, looking at the results from the first few games. Greece will be the biggest challengers to him. Absolutely.
Listen, they may not play somebody of that level until the World Cup, assuming they qualify for the World Cup, just because of the way it goes. So from Lee Carsley's point of view, you just think, well, if I trust him and I can see what the quality of his passing is, again, the competition for places, Carl Walker's not retired, Reece James, but maybe just give him a run in the team.
Yeah, and when he does play players in this position, or that he's giving young players a chance, a lot of them have worked with Lee before, so there's obviously an element of trust there, and that's huge at this level.
I was asking you about Jack Grealish before the game because of the players who are missing tonight and the players he's up against when he goes back to Manchester City. What about his contribution over the last 2 games?
Again, today, he was trying to be progressive, he's taking people on, he's creating things. Exactly what you want to see him doing, getting past people, what we know he's great at doing. We haven't seen so much of it at City, but we've seen it in the last couple of games for England, and again, it comes down to the opposition. But it's great to see him playing in that style, and hopefully it can be enough to force him into his team.
Biggest thing for Jack is I definitely think he needs to play regularly at Man City, and that's obviously difficult, and the challenge is there. I think he needs to be sharp when he's not playing regularly. he does lose that sharpness very quickly. So that's key. He gets games to City.
It was interesting to see his reaction at the weekend when he admitted it had been just an appalling summer, missing out.
Yeah.
And of course, he said, you can't avoid it. You know, we were on the television. It was all there in front of him. Made him realise just how much he missed it and how this is, for all that it's great at club level, this is in many ways the pinnacle.
Yeah, of course, for lots of players. But I think usually when you're doing well at club level, you're selected for your international team. So I go back to it. Your bread and butter is what you do week in, week out at club level. And particularly for players like Jack, the disappointment this summer, he's reacted well, scored at the weekend, done well tonight. Yeah. But looking forward, he has to play, I think, a lot more regularly for City.
I totally agree. Yeah. I'd like to see him playing like he used to play again. Because if he can get that Villa Jack, then there's no way anyone could keep him out of that team.
Should be a really good atmosphere of Greece here, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be.
Given, plenty of Greeks live in London.
Yeah.
I think that will be a good evening.
And they'll be full of confidence as well coming here. So, that's the biggest threat to England.